6 figures a year just by making videos for clients? How awesome would that be? That's what I dreamed of when I first started my video production company. Yet that number was so big and so far away from me that I never thought I would achieve it in my first year. Fast forward 6.5 years and I'm now here making $40,000 to $50,000 a month with a 60% profit margin. So in this video, I'll share with you step by step how you can make 6 figures as a videographer or filmmaker within 1 year. Step number 1 is to position yourself as an expert in one niche or market. Now, what does that mean? Nope, it does not mean that you can only work with these clients, only with that market, only with that niche. What it does mean is that you pick one market and you can craft a very, very resonating offer, a so-called no-brainer offer, right? Now that no-brainer offer claim should sound something like this. An example for real estate: I help real estate agents generate 25 to 30 leads every single month without spending money on ads. Could be one option. Or you could say, I help car dealerships attract 50 to 100 new appointments into the dealership by using video marketing. Now, these types of offer claims resonate very much with that one niche. And now suddenly these companies start to think like, oh, this guy is really an expert in our niche. He's focusing on this market, so it makes sense to work with him when we need videos, right? And it's gonna be way easier to sell for higher prices. Because ultimately, if you have a health problem, right? If you have an ankle problem, do you want to go to the podiatrist who only treats ankles all day, every day? Or do you want to go to a random doctor who does a little bit of everything? Of course, you want to go to the specialist, right? Now, if somebody else from another niche sends you an inquiry and they want to work with you, you can still do that. This is totally fine. But when you do outreach, when you do sales, when you market yourself, you want to go after that one niche that you picked. Now, step number 2 is to generate leads, right? And there are 2 ways on how you can do that. Number 1 is organic, and number 2 is paid. Now, organic means that you literally reach out to businesses. You invest your time to get clients. You reach out to them on social media, you send them video pitches, you send them Trojan horse messages, and so on. You proactively reach out to them in order to gain their business. Now, paid means you invest your money. So once you start making a bit of money, you literally run Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads in order to attract people into your business. And this method is really, really powerful because you can literally go to sleep and the next morning you wake up with an appointment booked in your calendar because somebody saw your ad. Now, of course, this all sounds easy and oh yeah, let's just do it a little bit, but there are actually step-by-step guides on how you need to do that in the Video Business Academy consulting program, but more about that later. What's important now is that you actually generate leads and get people who are interested in working with you so that you can sell them videos. Now, speaking of selling, step number 3 is learning how to sell and being very proactive about it. You should literally be putting 80% of your day-to-day work into sales. And I'm not just talking about getting new clients, I'm also talking about making resales and upsells. So selling more to existing clients and also selling them on the fact that they should give you referrals so you can then get new clients through existing network connections. Step number 4 is to develop an efficient video workflow. Now, I'm talking about 2 kinds of workflows here. Number 1, the actual production workflow, pre-production, production, post-production. How can you be the most efficient so you don't have to waste a bunch of time on these little steps, but instead have a very clear workflow. Now, especially when it comes to post-production, right? You don't want to end up in these endless revision rounds with clients saying, hey, can you change the soundtrack and so on. You want to have a clear, straightforward workflow where the client knows, in example, there are only going to be 2 revision rounds and all these additional revision rounds will be charged for. And now we're actually also going into the second workflow, which is communication. How do you communicate with your clients? You want to set that in stone. Do you communicate through iMessage, through WhatsApp, through email, through some sort of another software, Slack, an example, or what do you use? You need to set it in stone and do it the same way for every single client. You don't want to be randomly calling one guy, messaging this guy, sending an email to this guy, because ultimately this will create chaos in your head. You want structure, you want to make it simple, and you want to do it the same way for every single client that you have. Now, step number 5 is to build an onboarding and offboarding workflow that makes your clients want to come back over and over again and buy from you over and over again. What I mean by that, an example is when you onboard a new client, when you sign a new client, you want to send them a welcome card and a welcome gift. This delights them. It's like, oh wow, this person, this videographer actually cares about our business, actually cares about us, right? And then same with offboarding. You don't just want to send a random link with the video and say, hey, here's the finished video and the invoice. But instead, you should be putting together like a nice little gift box with a memory stick inside where the video is uploaded to, an example, and then you send them that as a present. And then also, you right away, when they're in their high, in their emotional high, they see the video, they're like, amazing, this is so good, right? Right then and there, you want to ask them for referrals, you want to ask them for reviews, you want to ask them for testimonials so that you can get the benefit out of their emotional high and ultimately getting more clients. And then step number 6 to make 6 figures a year as a videographer is to sell retainer contracts and package deals to your existing clients. So once you've worked with somebody and you identify that it actually makes sense for them to have regular social media content, an example, or a podcast or longer form YouTube content, then you want to reach out to them and tell them, all right? Literally call and tell them what you think. And then suddenly you're going to be able to sell at $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, even $5,000 a month, or $10,000 a month, like one of my students just did, to your clients. And now suddenly you have financial stability, right? And this is what makes your life so much easier. But then if you don't really know how to structure these retainer deals, you can also do a package deal. So let's say you've worked with a client like 2, 3, 4, 5 times before. Now suddenly you can reach out and say, hey, Mr. Client, we've worked together multiple times before. How many videos have you planned to do this year? And then they might tell you, well, we want to do about 10 to 15. And you say, cool, let's actually sign a deal for 10 videos and I'll give you a nice discount, right? And suddenly instead of 10 videos, they only pay 9, but you already got the security that this money is gonna come in. Now, these are the 6 steps on how you can make 6 figures as a videographer. Now, ultimately, you just need to follow the 6 and then repeat them over and over and over again to make that consistent. And if you're interested in learning exactly how to sell, how to generate leads, how to pick a niche, which niche, and so on, then I have something of interest to you. Because I run the Video Business Academy consulting program where I help videographers and filmmakers around the world to build their business and make more money. Now, on the side of me, there is a free video training linked. You can literally watch that video, learn more about that, how it works exactly, and how you're gonna make $10,000 a month as a videographer on a consistent basis and even get a 100% success guarantee. So go watch that video right now, and who knows, we might see each other in the Video Business Academy.